What is up, my dudes? My name is Rain, and welcome to another live stream. How are y'all doing? Jack, how you doing? Xenia, how you doing? Hi, I'm a German guy. Hello, how you doing? How do you do? I hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend so far. It is Saturday, my dudes. And today, wait, okay, you can hear me. For a second, the meter on OBS did not, and I thought my mic was muted, but it is not. Good. Today we are playing Would You Rather. There's a lot of things that you know about me. I make music, I like video games. I tend to rant about not being able to pay rent. And that's about it. Which is why today I want to play a game so that you get to know me a little bit more, and maybe I get to know you a little bit more. We're playing Would You Rather. We're gonna find out what would you rather do in these following scenarios that we're going to be seeing, I guess. I hope you all are excited. What is going on here? Hello, Tomcat. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What is going on here? Well, not much, if I'm being honest. Who has the time to do 4 or 5 hour Minecraft stream or whatever we would play on these days, right? Spoiler alert, I don't have that time, at least not today. I want to work on my vlog. I made some pretty good progress yesterday on that vlog, and I want to keep doing that. So I'm going to keep the stream short, probably like 1 hour, maybe a little bit longer, 1.5. We'll see, I guess. And then I'll get back to that vlog so that I can finally finish that vlog. Because how long have I been working on that vlog? I'm curious. Where would I even look to see? Probably projects. Where did I put that vlog? I can probably just look for Tenerife. Tenerife vlog. Yes. That's the new one. This is the old one. Last modified? No, I see the created. September 2024. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's September, October, November, December, January, February, March. What? January, February, March, April, May. Okay, I've been working on this vlog for 5, 6, 7, 8 months. Maybe that is pretty bad. Holy shit, for 8 months? I've been working on this vlog for 8 months? I'm only on day 3. I recorded for 8 days. Yeah, and that's why I'm keeping the stream short, so I can finally get to those other days. Oh god. I gotta take like a month off of YouTube and just work on that vlog. I should do that if I want to get it done anytime soon, but yeah. So we're doing Would You Rather? Yes. We could probably go in voice chat for this. Nah. That would be too chaotic, especially if it's too many people. Would you rather die or experience death? I think I would rather die than experience death. Even though that sounds like two very similar things, but just because you're experiencing death doesn't mean that you die? What? That made more sense in my head. Would you rather kiss a Minecraft warden or eat a dirty sock? What is a Minecraft warden again? Is it these weird ass big mobs, the black ones? Warden. Yeah, that's the big black mobs. Black, blue. Yeah. I don't think I want to kiss that dude. He looks intimidating. Not just intimidating, he looks dangerous. A sock is probably much less dangerous. I'm gonna take the sock. Okay. Yeah, I think we're all ready, aren't we? So let's switch over to Would You Rather. Boom, let's full screen this bad boy. Yummy sock. Okay. Why is it not full screen? Bring me back to full screen. Thank you. Spent a week in a futuristic city with advanced technology. Very exciting. Oh, AI. Probably androids. Or spend a week in an ancient civilization with historical significance. White. White. I mean, that is the shortest way to answer, probably. I don't think I would really gain anything from going back in time, other than maybe creating a historical significant event or being like written down in historical books, but that doesn't really help me in present day times. If I spend a week there and then come back, what do? I just stand there and be like, oh yeah, that happened, I guess. I think I'm going into the future for a week, and I'm just using Google or AI or whatever it may be, and I'm Googling, what were the lotto numbers around 2025? Which sports team won in 2026? And then when I come back, I make bets. I play the lottery, and then I win because I know the answers. Just think smart, not hard. Yeah, I'm going into the future. That makes sense. That makes sense. I would be surprised if so many people were going back. I mean, that was like over 30%. That's still a lot of people. Bro, I would eat everything? How is that going to help the situation? Rain doing the realist decisions. Well, of course. Gotta think this through. Never listen to music again. Always hear music playing. This is about the most obvious answer or question you could give me of all people. I mean, I make music. When I'm not making music, I mean, what is happening right now? We are listening to music. Honestly, always hearing music sounds like a superpower in my case. Bam! Bam! Easy. 26% said no music. Honestly, that's surprising. Wouldn't you want, like, a 24/7 soundtrack in your head? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? It doesn't have to be metal or, like, dubstep. You could be, like, going to sleep with, like, lo-fi. And then you wake up with, like, I don't know, Eurobeat or something exciting. And then you go throughout the day with metal. What? Oh, wait. Have your voice delayed by 5 seconds. Have your vision delayed by 5 seconds. Oh. Ooh. Having your vision delayed by 5 seconds would make almost everything impossible to do. On your phone. When I'm playing games. When I'm mixing. When I'm doing this one. Yeah, your vision is very important. Have your voice delayed by 5 seconds? That would be ass if I was singing. But I suppose I'm just going to use Vocaloid from now on. Or write guitar melodies instead of singing. Or I'm just going to pay a singer to sing songs. I'm just going to ask Moon to sing for me. So, as much as this would suck, I guess I'll have my voice delayed. Makes sense. Outside of streams and recording music, I don't really use my voice much anyway, so I don't think it would be as annoying as having your vision delayed. Live in a DC world or live in a Marvel world? This is an Avengers level threat right here. I mean, in both cases, it's usually only America being attacked. Okay, let's not take movie logic into consideration here, okay? With Marvel, there's usually like aliens and Thanos, and they wipe out the whole planet, basically. Whereas in DC, it's usually some random bad guy like Joker who wants to blow something up, and that's it. The bad guys in DC seem much smaller scale than Marvel, which means I would be much safer in a DC world. In Marvel, you have to fight literal gods. In DC, you just gotta worry about some Arkham Asylum. Exactly. Okay, I guess we're going DC. What? What? Did those people think they were gonna turn into Iron Man or what? No, you're just some random ass citizen fighting off aliens and whatnot. Hell nah, I don't side with those people. Rain, you should play the new Deltarune. I have not even played, what's the game with Sans? How did... Something with U? Ultra? No, not Ultra, Sans... Undertale. It was something with you. Undertale. I haven't even played Undertale. I should play Undertale first, and then I should play Deltarune. I see a lot of white. By Tomcat. You don't need to spam, by the way. Be able to experience any book, movie, or TV show for the first time again. Ooh. By choice? Repeatedly? Or be able to forget any embarrassing moment you've ever had. Embarrassing moments kind of shape you as a person. You learn from your mistakes. These embarrassing moments help you grow into a new person. They help you learn and think about things in a different light. Sometimes, unnecessarily, there's definitely things that I don't need to remember and learn from. There's like, it was just stupidity at the moment. But generally, those embarrassing moments stick to your memory for a reason. You want to learn from those. Whereas being able to experience any book, movie, or TV show for the first time again, ooh, that sounds exciting. That sounds cool. Oh, imagine watching Lord of the Rings for the first time again, or playing Life is Strange. Man, there are so many reasons why I would want to do that. Oh, I could just reset my memories on my favorite song and just listen to them over and over again for the first time. Oh, damn! 60%. I would have thought that would be higher. All I learned from embarrassing moments is that I never want to perform in front of a group. Understandable. Okay, but we can all agree on the white one, right? Okay. Live in a world with no caffeine or live in a world with no sugar. Imagine things without sugar. This is pretty obvious to me. I would choose no caffeine. I don't really drink coffee. What do you mean? Really? I don't drink coffee at all. I only ever drink like Monster occasionally or Powerade occasionally. But sugar? Everything is sugar these days. Sweets and just everyday food basically. Sugar's in everything, man. I can live without caffeine. Okay. I love both. You can live without sugar? Sheesh. Alrighty then. I guess we don't count neutral sugars like fruits and vegetables, right? Because then you'd be fucked. What doesn't have sugar? It's a very small portion of food, probably. Cure cancer or cure world hunger? I mean, we can kind of cure world hunger already. We can just grow more food and move people away from Africa. The only reason we have people starving is because we have people that don't live anywhere near where the food is. They live in a desert where you can't grow shit. Yeah, cure cancer. We can cure world hunger by just giving food. However, we can't just cure cancer. So let's cure cancer. Have a pocket-sized device that can answer any factual question. I mean, my phone. Ooh, I guess can answer any factual question. Like any physics or chemical or any question, and it can answer it accurately. This would make us really smart, and it would make us insane inventors. Or have a device that can predict the future with 80% accuracy. Ooh. The fact that it has that 20% makes me very, very scared. I would be scared to use that device. However, a device that can answer any question? That almost sounds like a predicting the future kind of device. What if I just ask it what's going to happen on this day? It's going to answer the question factually. Correct. That just makes sense. What? Okay. You can just ask the device multiple times. That's some good thinking right there. Didn't even think about that. Have a bad body odor or have bad breath. Ooh. The thing about bad body odor is everyone can smell you pretty much all the time. However, bad breath, people can only smell your bad breath when you're breathing at them or when you talk. So you're basically asking me, do I want to have constant body odor or only smell bad when I talk? So, boom, easy. Very easy. Yes, black. Have the ability to become invisible or have the ability to read minds. Ooh. The thing about reading minds is, would you really want to read minds? I feel like sometimes you don't want to read minds. Rip the camera when you become invisible, bro. Imagine you read someone's mind and they are just thinking, man, I hate this dude. And you are like there, wish I didn't read his mind right now. Or something like that. But sometimes having the ability to hear someone's real, honest opinions would probably get things along real quick. Like when you're working on a group project and you're like, what do you think? Should we do it like this or should we do it like that? And you can just read their minds and, you're not telling me what you're thinking. So we're gonna do this? I don't really know what I would use the invisibility thing for. I don't really have a use case for that. And true, you don't have to read someone's mind. I was just thinking if you read someone's mind at the wrong time or in the wrong scenario or I don't know. Why you guys want to read minds? I don't want to hear some freak saying, man, I want that fictional character so bad. I'm gonna use invisibility to troll my friends. I'm not really that kind of guy. I'm not the troll in my friend group. What would you use invisibility for? I mean, we're all thinking it, right? Illegal activities. But in these days, in this day and age, can't do anything without getting caught. Even when you're invisible. I guess I'm gonna read minds. Ooh, that's a close one. That's a close one. Always overspice your food, or always have your food taste bland. Ooh. Why does it always have to be overly spicy? Oh. The thing is, I like spicy. I like spicy, but would I want it always spicy? Spicy chocolate. Spicy milk. But I don't want to eat like a chocolate bar or like ice cream and have it taste like bread. I don't want it to taste bland. I would rather have some kind of extreme taste than have no taste at all. Okay, but we seem to be agreeing on this. Oh, except for Xero. He doesn't like spicy stuff. Okay. Never be able to go out during the day or never be able to go out at night. I'm a night owl. However, When I go out, it's usually during the day. To visit a friend, to do band practice. The cinema is kind of like in between. You go to the cinema during the day and you come out of the cinema during the night. I guess I gotta be watching movies a little bit sooner then. But it would be much more convenient to be able to still go out during the day. So I'm never gonna be able to go out again during night. Makes sense. At night, Black asleep, yeah. Is that Aviators playing in the background? Yes, it is. It is Aviators. Be a famous director or be a famous actor. Ooh. The thing is, directors have a very unique skill set. They usually can think really well of a story. Usually, not always. They are very good with shot composition. Obviously, that's also the cinematographer, but usually directors also have an eye for shot composition, at least to some degree. I feel like a director has more skills that would be useful for me as well. An actor can act, which is cool, I guess, but I think I would want to be a director. More skills that I can use. And I think a director would also have more contacts to people from the branch, from the business. I'm gonna be a director. Yeah, I was expecting people to disagree on that. What, because actors get attacked by annoying fans? That's a good point. Directors, not so much. Also, but not so much. Oh, well, technically, they don't even have to show their face. Usually. In most circumstances. Unlike actors. I don't be getting ganged up on by fans because they want a piece of my nose hair. What says we get better at it? It only says famous. That is true. My point still stands though, I guess. That I would still have a lot of contacts as a famous director. An actor would probably just have contacts to an agency and other actors, which would be cool if you want to make like a big project, but yeah, the kind of contacts you have as a director make more sense in my case. But yeah, Tomcat's argument is actually big brain thinking. You wouldn't want your fans to just see you from everywhere you freaking go. Can't have a single second without being paranoid. I agree with Tomcat there. Okay. What do we have here? Have to kill 5 strangers or have to kill 1 person you know? White? White? Because black could be my family. Well, it doesn't specify that it's a random person you know. It just has to be a person you know. You have to kill a person you know. And it can be any person. I'm just gonna kill someone who wronged me. Yeah, this makes sense to me. If we can pick with the black, who we killing? Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. It doesn't specify that it's a random person. Rain picks black and then I die while watching the stream. Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen then. Yeah. I'm gonna guess that this is not random. I'm gonna pick black. 50-50? Sheesh. I mean, if it is random, then I probably would I do. That's like the trolley problem. Is it the trolley? Where there's like 5 people on the track, and then only 1 guy on that track. Most people would be sensible and think, well, yeah, I'm gonna pull the lever and only kill 1 person. Well, but let's switch it up. There is 5 random people. But your mother, or your father, whatever you prefer, would you still pull the lever? The lever, not leather. That switches things up quite dramatically. So, yeah. But it's still only 1 person against 5, so... difficult. Never have to do laundry or never have to do dishes. Ooh, okay. Let's see what you guys think. If it isn't random, I'm gonna pick one of my classmates. Smart. Black probably, yeah. Is that the thing is always clean? Or can we just not have to clean it? Ooh. Good question. I guess whatever you prefer for this question. Always clean. What would be nicer to always have clean? Laundry? What takes more time to do? For me, it takes more mental energy to do laundry than to do dishes. Like, every time I eat, I just... boom. Boom. Done. Whereas laundry, like have this big-ass basket, boom. Boom, turn it on and wait like, I don't know, 30 minutes. Gonna set a timer. Beep, 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 beep. Ah, gotta do the laundry again. And then have it, put it in the dryer. Oh, so many steps. And it takes so long. Hell no, I'm not doing laundry. Even though, to be fair, you have to do dishes more often than you do laundry. But for me personally, laundry is just more annoying. I'm gonna choose white, because we got a dishwasher. The washing machine is annoying to load. You have a dryer? Use a balcony. We have a dryer, yes. White, only be able to play one game from each game studio, or only be able to play the games made by one studio. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. White, easily. Only play one game? No, only play games by one studio? Hell nah. If I was limited to one game per studio, that's still a lot of games to play. Like, CD Projekt Red, I'm just gonna play Cyberpunk. Rockstar Games, I'm just gonna play GTA 5. id Software, I'm just gonna play... No, wait, that's Doom. Yeah, Doom, exactly. I'm gonna play Doom or Doom Eternal. There's like so many different franchises that you can still branch out to. Whereas if I just pick one game studio, like... I can't think of anything other than Rockstar Games right now. I can only play GTA 5, well, all the GTAs. Bully, LA Noire, and maybe a few others that I don't know. That would be so limiting. And it's like, nah, hell nah. One game by all kinds of studios. This just makes sense. Whitman, very smart. Valve, Doom. Ooh, I mean, I guess if you pick Nintendo as the one company, you have quite a lot of games to choose from. But still, I think I would rather play from many different developers, because then I would have a much more varied landscape of games. Black. Xera's picking black because never be able to watch or stream anything again. YouTube or Netflix, ooh. Or never be able to play any game again. Ooh. Ooh, never be able to play anything again or never be able to watch anything again. Ooh. Ooh, that's difficult. But... Oh! Here's a big but. No, I'm not gonna do that. Hold your horses, Xero. If you never watch or stream anything again, you can never watch tutorials again. You can never stream music again. Ooh. YouTube is a game on PS4. That doesn't count. Yeah, this is easy. Well, it isn't easy, but I don't really play games outside of streams. And I still watch anime, I still watch YouTube, I watch tutorials, I listen to music. Like, yeah. Yeah. Have your parachute fail while skydiving? So basically you die. Have an engine failure while flying a helicopter? Huh? You die either way. Would you like to die in a helicopter? Or would you like to die free falling? I think you would get badass points from dying in a helicopter. However, I feel like free fall dying would be faster. For some reason. Nah. You're probably gonna die in a split second either way. I don't know. Helicopter would give me badass points. Ah, good point. You have a functioning parachute in the helicopter, maybe. If you act fast? Have to kiss a random family member or have to kiss a random stranger? It doesn't have to be a passionate kiss. Like just a little peck. I'll never meet the stranger again. That is true. Yeah, no. This is weird. Imagine you kiss your sister. Or cousin. Hell nah. Hell nah. Only be able to play Fortnite for the rest of their life? Hell no. Or only be able to play Minecraft? Easy. Easy. I want to see what you guys pick. Black? Ease? Imagine you kiss your dad. Black? I think we can all agree on Minecraft here, right? Okay, good. 72? We gotta bump those numbers up. That's gotta be closer to like 90 or something. Have a medieval house or have a modern house. This is easy for me too. I'm the modern guy. If that isn't obvious, I make very modern metal. I use a very modern day camera. I'm not a very nostalgic kind of guy. I like going with the times. Except for AI. AI is kind of going too fast for me right now. But I like modern. I like modern style. I like my very modern black table. I like neon lights. Well, neon lights isn't really modern. Actually, I would say it's quite the opposite. It's quite retro. But still, I like modern. That song is so good. Hell yeah. But I'd agree. White if village, black if... Oh, white if village, black if city. Ah. For me, it's either way black. I would rather have a modern house. I swear if someone would actually pick Fortnite over Minecraft, it's dumber than me in math class. I mean, people like what they like, right? But... Nah, I don't know. I'm picking Minecraft. Make anything appear out of thin air. 5-hour cooldown. Hypnotize anyone within seeing distance for 12 hours. A 30-hour cooldown. Even if it didn't have a cooldown, I would just make anything appear out of thin air. That just makes sense. I'm just gonna make money appear. Either money or... Whoa! I'm just gonna... Guitar! Boom! New lens! Boom! New camera! I mean, it does have a 5-hour cooldown, but still, you could just make a car appear out of thin air that's worth like $1 million. What you gonna do with hypnotizing? I'm gonna hypnotize this guy to say nya for the next 5 hours. Nya. What am I gonna do with that? White. Easily white. I'm making a Nintendo Switch 2 appear. Nice. Make a pill appear that gives you the black ability. I make the N-word pass appear. There we go. Obviously, the word is nice. Or nya. Relive any day from your past exactly... Oh, relive, not relive, bruh. Relive any day from your past exactly as it happened, or change one decision from your past without knowing the outcome. Ooh. There's exactly one decision that I would want to rewind, but I don't know what the outcome would be. And that is scaring me. Because although I have made that mistake, I feel like it led me to where I am now. And just because I would erase that mistake wouldn't mean that I make a different one instead. So I'm picking white. Xero says black. You have made some terrible mistake that you would like to correct, apparently. I want to be happy again for once in my life. Relive any day from your past exactly as it happened. As it happened. I think I'm gonna do that. Am I talking to... What? Damn, people regret their decisions. What if changing the decision led to you being violently tortured by the cartel? What kind of decision would you have to make in order to end up there? Just change your decision from the lotto numbers you picked. Ooh. That is an excellent point. I didn't think that far. Good point. In that case, I would have picked black as well. Oops. That is a good point. That is a good point. I didn't think... I was thinking like a specific scenario. Like playing Lotto, that's like a little thing that you do off the side, right? But I was thinking bigger. I should have thought smaller. You don't always need to, like... Okay. Anyway. Always travel for free, but be unable to choose the destination. Ugh. I don't want to end up in the gulag. Or like in some random backstreet in LA. Or like India. Always pay to travel, but go wherever you desire? Isn't that kind of what you can do already? I can go wherever I want, as long as I have enough money. I mean, just because I can't choose the destination doesn't mean that I have to stay there. If it's being paid for, then honestly, sure. Honestly, that would make a great channel. That would make a great vlogging channel. Just keep traveling until you're where you want. Exactly, that's a good point as well. With black you can go to Area 51, yeah, but you still have to pay for it. And who knows how expensive that is. White because it's gambling for free. Nice. Travel by yourself or travel with family. Nah, I would travel with my family. The best thing would be to travel with friends. But the second best thing would be to travel with family. I guess it depends on your family, but my family is chill. My father loves cameras and he has a drone and stuff. He likes to make travel videos, so we go like hand in hand basically. He makes the B-roll, or I make the B-roll, and he does the other shots. That's like perfect, complementarily. I've used footage from my father for my vlogs before, so he's basically like a second cameraman. This just works out for me. I would travel with the guy at the ad at the bottom. With the guy at the... I don't understand what you're saying. But I would rather travel with my family. 40%? He is gone. Oh! The ad down here, did it switch? I didn't even notice that. Would you rather be a supervillain or a superhero? If you're a supervillain, everyone hates you. And the villain always gets defeated. See? Some good thinking right there. And just because I'm a hero doesn't mean that... What is a hero even? How do we define a hero? Am I just going to become like Bruce Wayne? Am I just going to be a descendant of a rich family with billions of dollars? Hell yeah, I'm picking the superhero. I mean, that would mean that my parents would die, but still. That's pretty close. Black, because I can just choose to be the villain whenever I want. True. You could just be a superhero and become an anti-hero. Own all the weapons in the world, but only master one. Or master all the weapons in the world, but only use one. What? Own all the weapons in the world, but only master one. So basically I own a pistol. I own a katana. I own a machine gun. But I can only really master one of those. Or I can master all kinds of weapons. I have trained myself to be able to use anything. But I only really use the pistol anyway. Huh? Huh? Wyatt! This one doesn't even really make sense. What use do you have of mastering all kinds of weapons if you only ever use one weapon? This just makes more sense. Bam. What? Oh? Okay. There must be something that I'm not seeing. Would you rather be able to remember every conversation you've ever had? That would be incredibly useful. I would never ever have to ask for your birthday ever again after you've told me once. I would be able to remember so many details. My social skills would, BAM! Explode. Or be able to recall every book you've ever read. Ooh, that's also really good. Imagine you just read about... What is a subject that I struggled with? I don't even know the electrotechnic. Electricity, basically. You could... Yeah, Jack has a good point. You could learn like languages and basically any skill. You just read through the book and you just have all of that information in your head. Whoa. I was hyping this up, but hell no. We're gonna be reading, boys. What? People are apparently not that interested in learning new skills. That is surprising to me. I really like learning skills. I have learned how to play guitar, how to play drums, how to sing, how to scream. I have learned how to mix and master. I've learned how to use a camera, how to work with lenses. I've learned how to program a light show. I like learning new skills, so being able to just read a book and that just seems like a superpower. It seems much better for me. Okay. Would you rather be able to see the future or change the past? I mean, kind of. What are the use cases for this? I'm gonna be able to see what the lottery numbers are if you can see the future, yeah. But you see, oh no, I have lost in the lottery. I'm just gonna change the past and change my lottery numbers. In the end, you kind of do the same with both. The question is, how many times can you use this ability? And when do you use this ability? Do you have to use it right now? If so, I think I would see the future as well. I want to see the lottery numbers or whatever. I just need money. But yeah, if this is a one-time thing and I have to use it right now, then I'm only picking the future. Because if I can choose when to do it and how many times I would do it, I would probably want to be able to change the past. Oh no, I made a mistake. Let me just quickly correct that. Oh no, I picked the wrong lottery numbers. Let me just correct that. But if I have to use it right now and I can't pick how many times I'm going to use it, I'm going to use the future. Ooh, that's close. Tell your best friend all your secrets, or tell your parents all your secrets. What kind of secrets do I even have? Do I have secrets that I keep hidden from people? What kind of secrets do I have? What kind of secrets do I keep? I can't really think of that many, if any. Would I rather tell my friends or my family? I don't trust neither. Oh no. I think I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna... My parents are gonna die sooner. I think I'm gonna tell my parents. I do love my parents, but I just don't want to tell them my secret. He'll probably see stuff he does not want to see, but I won't see him after. I think I'm picking black. I think I'm What? That is a much smaller percentage than I was expecting. Holy moly. Okay, would you rather live in a house with no windows or live in an all-glass house? Oh, hell nah. White, yeah. I'm basically living in a house with no windows. I mean, I have a window right here, obviously. But the things are down. There's no light coming through anyway. Same over there. Ooh, but you can't lift. You can't get fresh air in here. I guess you'd have to open the doors instead. But an all-glass house? Imagine in the summer how much that would heat up. Hell no. When I'm on the toilet and everyone can see me. Hell no. Yeah, you got a point right there. I'm just opening the doors if I need to, like, get some fresh air. Live in a house with no windows, easily. Yeah. White all day. Would you rather stand all day or sit all day? I think this answer is obvious. Yeah. Like, easy. If I need to move around, I guess I'll just get a wheelchair. I'm gonna sit all day. Hell yeah. Who wants to stand, right? Aren't your legs gonna get tired? If you wanna, like, take a break, you gotta, like, lay down. That'd be embarrassing and annoying. Have a head the size of a tennis ball. Or have a head the size of a watermelon. Watermelon! If I had the head the size of a tennis ball, that would severely shrink my brain size. But the size of a watermelon? That would hurt my neck. Yeah. Sarah, watermelon head would be heavy as fuck. Yes. I think I'm gonna shrink my head. If my brain is gonna be shriveled up like that, I don't think my head is gonna be my main issue. Boink. Whoa! That's a lot of people. I did not expect that. Wait, how big is a watermelon? I mean, to be honest, it's not that much bigger than your brain. Your head. I mean, it depends on the watermelon, I guess. There are sizable watermelons, but I think the average watermelon is maybe a little bit thicker than my head. Maybe like this. But to be honest, it's... I mean, if you picture a watermelon, just how much bigger than your head is that really? Anyway, would you rather fail every class in school, but everyone is proud and happy for you? Okay, I'm not going to question. Or would you rather pass every class in school, but everyone hates and envies you? Do grades really matter? Not in my job. You guys like my music, whether I had a F in math or an A. I would rather have everyone be happy and proud for me. Whoa! White, I can't state any hatred. Understandable. Same, I agree. I guess Black, I want to have a good future. I don't care what others think. I think you can still have a good future even with bad grades. I don't really care about grades. Who cares about grades? Have a permanent clown nose or have a permanent... Ooh, elf ears is actually cool. The fuck are you talking about? Elf ears are cool. Boom, easy. Black. Whoa! Yeah, that not surprising to me. I wouldn't want them, but if I have to choose, I'm obviously going with elf ears. Easy. Would you rather grow a pumpkin-sized nose when you lie? Oh, hell no. You tell tiny little lies like every single week, don't you? Well, maybe not that often, but... Or grow donkey ears when you're jealous. Donkey ears? Or like flappy ears? I guess it depends. How often do you get jealous and how often do you lie? The thing is, when someone asks you a question and you lie, and you get the nose, that's gonna be really embarrassing. Because not only do you have a long nose, but also this person now knows that you were lying to them. Whereas donkey ears? You don't have to tell anyone that you're jealous. They're just, why the fuck do you have those ears? And you're like, I don't know, it's some kind of condition. And they probably would never know the correlation. I'm picking the donkey ears. The pumpkin-sized nose. Where did that even come from? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm picking the ears. Plus, I don't think... Do I get jealous that easily? Maybe? I don't know. Would you rather spend 2 years in prison or spend your weekends in prison for the next 5 years? Only the weekends? No. I'm sticking with black. I won't have school with white. You guys are seeing it from the school perspective. I'm seeing it from my perspective, which is every day is like weekend for me. Yeah, for me it's black, because like I work on my songs on Monday, I work on the music video on Tuesday, I work on all the tabs and Patreon stuff on Wednesday, I do my vlogs and everything on Thursday and Friday, and then 2 days of prison for the next 5 years? No, that's fine. I'm going to pick black. Ooh, very close, what a match. Would you rather work a 9-to-5 job you hate or work a 7 to 6 on a job you love? Huh? I mean, this is something that I already do technically. I work from... I mean, how many hours do I work a day? No, actually, I should reverse that question. How many hours a day do I sleep? I sleep 8 hours. 24 minus 8 is 16. I work 16 hours a day. But I love what I do, so I don't mind it. I'm working a job that I love. 10%! Yeah. I don't even know what 9 to 5 or 7 to 6 means. I think it... Does it mean the time? You work from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.? Or you work from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.? That would be a long job. That's 11 hours of work. But honestly, I work longer than that. Especially on Monday and Tuesday when I do the metal cover and the music video. Those take like 12 to 14 hours. So, yeah. Nothing would really change for me. Would you rather randomly time travel 20 years plus or minus every time you pass gas? Or would you rather teleport to a different place on Earth every time you sneeze? Land, not water. Okay. Oh. The thing is, though, what if you randomly time travel 20 plus years every single time? Or 20 minus. You're never ever going to end up in the same time again. Or the likelihood is very, very low. Whereas if you teleport to a different place, you're only gonna have your clothes and maybe your phone with you. Ooh. But you don't really sneeze that often. Ooh. But yeah, I'm definitely picking black because at least I can stay in my timeline. 69! Nice. Would you rather live in school or live in a kids park? Does it have to be a school that's like being visited? Can it be like an abandoned school? Or do you own the school? Do you just have a whole school building to yourself? I'm gonna turn this classroom into my own home cinema. I'm gonna turn this classroom into my studio. I'm gonna turn this classroom into my green screen room. I'm gonna turn this... Imagine you had a big ass school all to yourself. White. I'm picking white. Plus, even if that school is still being visited, I have a room, I have a ceiling over my head. Yeah, easily. I'm living in a school. I'm the majority. Oh, my finger. Big swings where you can sit on. In school, you still have electricity. I can plug my PC in there. Nah. I'm picking the school, easily. Would you rather have the most epic entrance whenever you arrive? Oh, I'm gonna turn to Aragorn. Open the door. Open the door. Or have the most epic goodbye whenever you leave. Ooh. That's also sick. But I feel like... Imagine you go to a party. Or imagine you go to... a blind date. Like a... or meet and greet. Or whatever. The first impression is always the most important. So, you would want to be the epic dude. I'm picking white. Tomcat picks black. Okay. I'm picking white. I want to make an impression. Hell yeah. What the fuck was that? I had like a voice crack while... What is that even called? Räuspern. What is Räuspern in English? Räuspern. No, I can't. What? Ah, yeah, clearing your throat. I just had a voice crack while clearing my throat. Oops, I didn't mean to press anything. Make any book to come to life, be able to enter any movie. Ooh, I would want to be able to enter any movie. Oops, misclick. Why are you using Microsoft? Good question. Why am I using Microsoft? My main browser is Opera GX, but I don't want to use that during the stream because I have a lot of tabs open. Would you rather scream loudly while you're asleep or be blind and deaf for the first 30 minutes after waking up? Scream loudly while you're asleep or be blind and deaf for the first 30 minutes after waking up? I think I'm picking black. I guess I'm just listening to ASMR or music after waking up. Honestly, that's something I already do, so yeah, nothing changes. Scream loudly while you sleep. That would freak your neighbors out. Or your girlfriend eventually. Or boyfriend, whatever. That'd be annoying. Isn't white just snoring? And snoring is annoying. Travel 10 years into the past, but you can't return to present. Ooh. Or travel 2 years into the future, but you can't return to present. Oh. Is my age gonna be reset if I travel back 10 years into the past? Can I redo my decisions? Can I start learning guitar much earlier? Can I learn a different screaming technique? I think I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm gonna redo my mistakes. Bada boom. Ooh, really? I'm in the minority here? Okay. Would you rather play video games for the rest of your life? Wait, maybe with white I can change my decisions. Yeah, that was other thing. That's what I was thinking. Would you rather play video games for the rest of your life or watch movies for the rest of your life? I think this one is white for me. I would rather play games. They offer much more variety. Movies are fun to watch, but I'm gonna cope and say I can still watch shows and anime. I'm picking games. Brother, we are there. I can't even talk. This is breaking my mind. Would you rather tongue kiss a dog or cat, or tongue kiss a stranger's armpit? Brother, what are these questions? Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to even think about that. Neither, yes. A cat or dog could potentially bite you, and you would start bleeding, and you could get a disease. This is potentially dangerous. This is just but this is and dangerous. Okay. Let's not think about that one too much. Autism makes me think of everything. Choose your phobias. Okay, would you rather be able to choose your phobias or have your phobias assigned randomly? Huh? Huh? Who would want his phobias to be assigned randomly? This seems very obvious. I want to choose my phobias. Can I unchoose my arachnophobia? That'd be awesome. What would be something that I would like to assign? I would like to reassign my phobia of Spiders? I would like to reassign that to phobia of deep waters. I don't live anywhere near the ocean or the sea. I don't care about deep waters. However, spiders are everywhere. So I'm reassigning. I want to be able to choose my phobias. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Shadow. Shadow, how you doing? I already have a phobia of bees. Oh no. Would you rather always be too cold or always be too hot? Easy. For me, this is very easy. I would rather be cold, because when you're hot, you just sweat. When you're cold, it's also very annoying, especially when you're gaming. And when you know that feeling when you're like gaming and your hand is really cold and you're like, and it's really annoying to like game, but still being hot and being sweaty. Nah, I'm sticking with the cold. I don't like the cold too much, but I'm sticking with cold. Usually when we bring up the argument with summer and winter, I usually say you can just, put on another layer of clothing when you're too cold. However, in this case, you're always too cold or always too hot. So that argument doesn't really work. But still, I think I would rather be cold than hot. Would you rather have an extra finger? That'd be cool for playing guitar. Or have an extra toe? That just seems like a nuisance. Just one more toe that you can stop on a table. And it would probably throw you off balance. Yeah, I'm picking white. I would rather have an extra finger. With being too cold, you may not be able to feel what you touch. True. I guess it depends how cold you are. You just woke up? What? What time is it where you live? Who wants an extra toe? Right? Yeah, I'm picking extra finger as well. Whoa? That is closer than I expected. Who wants an extra toe? What for? Would you rather win an Olympic medal or win an Academy Award? What kind of academy? I feel like more people care about Olympic medals. This one's more popular. But personally, I would prefer an Academy Award. But what kind of academy? That's the thing. With extra finger, you will be smart. Do you guys have any arguments for this? For this case? I don't really know what to pick. I don't really care about the Olympics. But then again, what kind of academy or what are we getting here? Let me see what both prizes are made of and we shall decide. I'm just gonna pick a random one. I'm gonna go with Academy. That was my first guess. Or not guess, but my first choice. Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years? Or live 10 lives that last 100 years each? That depends. Does my body age the normal way as well? If I can live 1,000 years and still have this form and this function, I think I would choose that. Would I? Yeah. 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 But I think... Oh, would I? You would see all of your loved ones die. You would get a girlfriend, she would turn into an old hag and die. Well, I'm really putting it bluntly. And then you move on, then you meet someone new, they die, You move on, you meet something new. That sounds like a sad existence. I think I'm picking 10 lives. Yeah, like Sarah said, you're gonna watch everyone die that you love. White is just depressing, yeah. Yeah, would your body adapt though? Would your body adapt though? I mean, the body of a 100-year-old isn't really any different from my body, except that it's very old and broken. And imagine expanding that to 1,000 years. Limbs don't grow back. Imagine if we have like a car accident or something. Nah, I'm not taking that risk. I'm gonna do 10 lives. Oh wow, okay. Does that surprise me? No, not really. Bro wants to be tortured. But yeah, like Tomcat said, nobody is adapting that well and that fast. I still die from a basic flu. Yes, good point. Gotta focus on the evolution of humanity in technology. Would you rather lose your arms, squiggly squiggly, or you lose your legs? Xero says black. Tomcat says black. Xero wants to rethink his decision. I think I want to use my... what do I want to lose? I don't want to lose anything. But if I had to choose, I think I would lose my legs. Easy. This is actually easier than I thought. If I lose my legs, yes, I can't move around anymore, which is annoying. But I can still game. I can still cook. I can still carry things. I can do basically anything. However, if I lose my arms, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna be a walking mannequin, basically, that can't do anything. That would be a sad existence. Let me just walk over here and... Oh, yo, I forgot. I can't pick this thing up. Let me go to this arcade and... Oh, I forgot. I can't play. Nah. I would rather not be able to move anymore. And still be able to do everything else with my hands. And I can still move around. Wheelchairs exist. Whereas prosthetics for your arms? Oh boy. Expensive, and they don't really work as well as they should in order for you to really enjoy your life. And yeah, Jack has a good point. You can't use your instruments when you don't have arms. I can still game. Exactly. And yeah, as Tomcat pointed out, you can still move around even without legs. You just need like a wheelchair or something. I'm gonna lose my legs. Yeah, makes sense. Would you rather live stream your entire life or never access social media ever again? For me, this is difficult because social media is kind of my life. And technically, YouTube is also a social media, so I would never be able to watch a tutorial ever again, or... I could still watch movies and play games. I don't think those count as social media. But I wouldn't be able to go on YouTube or Instagram or anything. That sounds... annoying. And I'm already, like, turning most of my life into content. I'm streaming, I'm making music. Whenever I'm not doing one of those things, I'm either gaming or working on vlogs. So yeah, everything that I do is content. So in a sense, this isn't really any different from me. And yeah, I'm just gonna turn the screen black when I go to the toilet, I guess. This doesn't surprise me. This doesn't surprise me. But I guess I'm in the minority. I'm okay with streaming everything that I do. Somehow social media managed to be better than real life with me. Having better friends there than RL. Good point. True, Discord is in a sense a social media. I would count WhatsApp as a messaging system, but Discord as a social media, because they have like big servers and groups and stuff. I don't think that really counts as just messaging anymore. So yeah, I'm sticking with streaming my life. Would you rather be a vampire? And I think my life is relatively entertaining, especially when I'm out with my band. I think a lot of people would probably watch that. Vegath, how you doing? Would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf? Vegath said vampire. I think I'd... Ooh. Okay, so if you're a werewolf, you can't really control yourself whenever there's a full moon. However, when you're a vampire, you can't go out into the sun, because then you're gonna turn to stone or something. And when you're a vampire, you're gonna get like thousands of years old. Ooh. And still look young and handsome. Or look like Nosferatu. That would be worst case. I think I'm gonna be a vampire as well, yeah. I would like to have full control of my body 24/7. Oh, I guess you'd have to feed on people. You'd have to suck their blood. Everything is okay if you ask for consent. I'm gonna be a vampire. Doing pretty fine. What about you? I'm also doing pretty well. Am I? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I worked on the vlog yesterday and I made some pretty good progress. And today I had a little bit of a jam session with an old friend of mine. And we wrote some black metal, which was new and different for me. So yeah, had a pretty decent day. As a vampire, you always have to ask for permission to enter a building. Huh? Why would you have to ask permission to enter a building? Why must vampires need to drink blood to stay alive when they're basically immortal? I don't know. Probably the blood keeps them young. And as soon as there's no new supply of blood, they turn old really fast and die. Maybe something like that? I don't know how vampires work, but I'm gonna be a vampire. Ooh, that's pretty close. Yeah, like Shadow said, probably to maintain their youth. That's probably what they drink blood for. Is a stream assigned to gamble? Maybe. I wouldn't advise it, but maybe. A rule of vampires is that you have to ask to be invited into a house. I didn't know that. Interesting. I guess I'm staying outside of the McDonald's while my friends go in and get my order. The act of inviting a vampire into one's soul may serve as a symbolic barrier or boundary between the vampire and the human world. Oh, I didn't know about that. New lore unlocked. Would you rather never worry about wealth or never worry about health? Sarah says black. Tomcat says black. If I'm wealthy, I can pay for a lot of expensive treatments. I can keep myself alive. However, but if I'm healthy, I'll never... The thing is, even if I'm healthy, there is still my mind. I can still be depressed. I can still fail to make ends meet with my YouTube channel, which means I'll have to get a job which I dislike and hate, which means I'll become depressive, which means I'm gonna kill myself. Whereas if I'm wealthy, I can still, get the flu, get sick a little bit maybe, but I'll never have to worry about my job. I can just buy a cool computer. I can buy all the gear that I want to make cool projects, music and whatever. I'm gonna go with wealth. Boom. Whoa, 50-50. That's unusual. I guess it depends on the situation that you're in. A lot of wealthy people would probably say, oh man, health is important. But a lot of poor people would probably say, oh, wealth is important. Like, okay, here's the thing. Here's my argument. I have never really had to worry about my health anyway. Sometimes I'm sick, yeah, but I don't care. I'm just gonna throw up and fine, cool. I have a flu. Wow, I'm just gonna rest for a week and I'm fine, cool. But my wealth? I worry about my wealth every single day. I worry about being able to pay my bills every single month. So being able to not worry about that, that would throw a weight off of my shoulders. Like, so I'm picking wealth for sure. Okay, would you rather be known for your intelligence or be known for your beauty? I think for intelligence. Yes. Do you know how judgmental people can be when you're just beautiful? Yeah. I'm picking intelligence because then people are gonna be like, man, this dude is so smart. Oh man, look what this dude has done. So freaking cool. Man, this dude is so freaking intelligent. Whereas if you're beautiful, people are just gonna be judgmental and be like, man, he's only popular because he's pretty boy. Yeah, I'm picking intelligence. People are gonna be jealous if you're beautiful. And I see Chet agrees. You can just go on a walk inside the reactor of Chernobyl if you never have to worry about health. Technically, yeah. But when am I ever gonna do that? And do I even have the money to do that? No, I don't. Whereas if I don't have to worry about wealth, I can just get a tour of Chernobyl, which you actually can do. Then I would have to worry about my health, but I'll be fine. Would you rather marry your enemy, but you will slowly become compatible? Oh, enemies to lovers kind of situation. Interesting. Do I even have an enemy? Not that I know of. Maybe? Or would you rather marry your crush, but you will slowly become incompatible? I would rather marry my enemy in that case. Because that's a more interesting storyline for me. Like, it would be interesting to see how that develops. And in the end, I will be happy. The end product is that I will be happy. I will be a very old, happy couple. Happy couple. Whereas if I marry my crush, but we slowly become incompatible, we're just gonna drift apart and break up eventually. That's just the sad ending. So I would rather do the enemies to lovers type of situation. 80%. Nice. Well, that is sensible people. I'm gonna go. What's fun here? Nice. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Oh, we've been streaming for 1.5 hours. Sheesh. I was about to say I was gonna stream for 1.5 hours. So let's do 3 more questions. Would you rather have a pause button for your life? Why though? Can you do something while you pause? Or have a rewind button for your life? Can you do something while you pause? That is the important question. Imagine someone asks you a question. You can just pause, Google that question, and answer. Or I could pause time right now, learn Japanese, and unpause. I could write a song right now, pause time, unpause, and then put that song in the outro. That is the thing. Can I do something while I pause my life? Because that doesn't sound logical. Whereas if I rewind, I can fix my mistakes and I can do the rewind. This makes more sense. The other one hurts my brain. You can go back to the start with all your knowledge, yeah. I think rewinding makes more sense, yeah. There's something I regret doing, and sometimes I wish I could rewind. Yeah. There's only one thing that I would... No, actually two things. I think I would want to start learning guitar a little bit earlier, and I wouldn't want to delete my old channel and keep my gaming content there. Those are the two things that I wish I would have done differently. But yeah, I think rewinding would make more sense. Would you rather return every non-essential item you've ever bought, or never be able to buy anything non-essential again? Huh? Oh. What counts as non-essential? Can I go out of the focus? Aha! Do you see those figurines? Do you see those vinyls? I have listened to these vinyls maybe once. I don't have a use for these figurines except for placing them there. They are essentially non-essential, but I still want them because I don't know, the little things in life that make you happy. So it sounds like a very sad existence to never be able to buy anything non-essential again. So in this case, I would rather return every non-essential item I've ever bought. I mean, do I really have that many non-essential items? I use pretty much everything. And if there is a non-essential item that I like my figurines and stuff, I can just buy them back. Black, it only means that you... Oh! You're thinking outside of the box now. Smart. That's an intelligent dude right there. Hello, Radio Demon, how you doing? You came in at a very bad time. This is the second to last question. I would usually agree with Vegath. In this case, return every non-essential item. I can't stand not buying useless things that I don't need. Exactly. But if you can just get someone else to buy it for you... wouldn't that go against the rules, though? Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of the question? I would rather return things and still be able to buy non-essential things. Let's assume you can't just ask someone else to buy the things for you in order to answer this question. Majority. Would you rather save your spouse or save your child? I'm not a child kind of guy. Oh, yeah, that's not surprising to me. I don't want to have kids, so this is the non-brainer for me. That answer would probably change if I had a child, actually, but for me right now, in my circumstance, this is easy to answer. What spouse? What child? You're still sending someone to buy things from you, so it's like you're still buying those things indirectly. Yeah. Child. Not that I wouldn't love my spouse, but children are important and parents are supposed to do everything to keep them safe. Yeah, that would be the morally correct thing to do. But I'm a self-centered piece of shit. Yeet the child. Yeah. But that is it. Do I have a red balloon somewhere? No. Okay. But still, this is it. I hope you had a good time with me today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope I got your brain thinking. This is some very sad music. This is from Murder on the Orient Express. Very good movie. Can recommend. I do recommend. What is something happy? This is not happy. This is happy. Hell yeah. How about this? This is a good outro song. So soon the end of the stream. Yes. I mean, we have been streaming for 1.5 hours. That is a pretty decent length for just doing Would You Rather. But yeah, I've enjoyed the stream. I think I'm gonna do something like this again at some point. Maybe I think I'm gonna start adding a third stream in the week. I think I'm gonna stream... Ooh, what am I gonna stream? I think I'm gonna stream Doom on Thursday. I think I'm gonna play... what's it called? Will You Press the Button? On Friday. And then we're gonna go back to Minecraft on Saturday. So yeah, Doom, Will You Press the Button, and Minecraft next week. That sounds like a schedule. Well, it was nice showing you. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. And I will see you guys again on Thursday. Bye-bye. You're gonna take it in line.